Hello and welcome to another installment of Twiddlin Thumbs. I am the Bearded Thumb. Thank you so much for being here. Today, in this second episode of the rebranded series, we will be headed to Io to do the Pyramidion strike. If you're not familiar, in this strike, you pretty much do what Asher Mir and his know-it-all self couldn't do, and take down Brachyon, the Genesis Mine. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this episode of Twiddlin Thumbs.
Fire Team Intrepid is boots on the ground outside the pyramidion. I understand that it is a conversion engine?
Yes. The vets will use it to transform Io into a machine world.
Forget Io. The Genesis Mine defeated my fire team and corrupted my arm. Destroy it. It screams from here.
I still stand by what I called Asher Mir in an earlier video back when this was still the Lone Wolf Adventures, in that being a homeschooled know-it-all. I mean, if you have ever known someone who was homeschooled, seriously, just compare how annoying they are with Asher Mir, and I am sure you'll see some striking similarities.
So, what can we expect from this place?
A cascading hellscape of infinite change. My fire team required dozens of resurrections on our expedition.
And I'm sure it was uphill both ways to the lake where you lost your arm.
You waste my time with a vapid joke, but yes, paradoxically, it was.
Gotta love how Asher Mir takes so much pride in how many times him and his suck-ass fire team got downed while they were in here.
Odd. We're monitoring the Pyramidion's resonant frequencies as you explore. I thought I recognized the voice of Osiris. No.
Ironically, this was filmed well after the Curse of Osiris DLC was released, and in my opinion, which was one of the worst DLCs in the Destiny series. But it was actually filmed a little after the Warmind DLC was released, so one would think, wouldn't Bungie want to go back and patch that audio to resemble current events? But then another would think it wouldn't be a Bungie product if it wasn't grossly repetitive and just half-assed. With this part here, if you're not familiar, what I personally like to do and I think helps is once you clear this first part, just keep running, and as you're running, run at the lines that are currently active, because chances are they will disappear by the time you get there, which I will kind of mess up my own thing here, is I end up running right into a bar right about there.
I have not spoken to my old fire team since the accident, nor have they spoken to me, and so we proved
And there.
of camaraderie.
Asher's studying data on your current position. I believe he said impossible. Oh, 12 times and counting. Here, I'll patch him in.
Impossible. Impossible? But could it? No, that's impossible. Impossible! Why? What could govern such an impossible discrepancy?
It's not impossible, Asher, as much as it's just a matter of not being a suck-ass guardian, like you are. This is a little later in the strike than I would ordinarily do this, but regularly with strikes like this, or almost any Vex strike, but mainly like with this one, and then also the Root Mind, about halfway through, after I have a good chance where I could activate Fist of Havoc and get a lot of kills with it, I will switch over to the Defender with the Bubble Shield. Because of how hectic those strikes can get, I like to be able to have that shield. In the event I find myself being the last Guardian standing, I can activate it to revive one of the downed Guardians to hopefully prolong the strike.
Arriving on the shores of an inscrutable radiolarian lake.
Oh, not a pit?
What pit? There is no pit in the Pyramidion.
I mean, yes. Silly me. Here's the lake now.
I don't know what I dislike more, Asher Mir or a Nolan North voiced ghost that reminds me way too much of 343 Guilty Spark from Halo.
The Vex Gate at the center of the lake.
What lake?
The lake where you will grind Brachion's horns into dust and crush its chassis beneath your boot. That lake.
One thing I will say, as much as I love to rip on the randoms I get paired with when I do strikes, I was honestly shocked at how conscientious this team was of being on ad duty and not getting too focused on Brachion. I was actually really happy with how this strike turned out. I honestly felt that I was probably going to have to end up stopping this strike because a lot of times, even myself, I forget about the ads and it just get overran and everyone dies. But this actually turned out really well. Yeah, let's just go ahead and ignore that low battery warning. And if anyone wanted to go ahead and point out that I'm not using my shield to pick up that Guardian, I saw that the other guy was getting him, and you don't need two Guardians to pick up one and risk Brachion knocking all of your sorry asses off the map, so I dropped back and provided cover fire in case they got killed. But that wasn't the issue. We ended up taking down Brachion, and there he goes. And yes, you will see I do not pick up that legendary engram that's off to the right there. I honestly did not see it at the time of filming. But I will go ahead and activate that bubble shield I have now since I have it, and that'll bring us to the end of this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. Link to the Facebook page is in the description. If not, thumbs down, negative comment, talking shit about my gameplay, and until next time, this has been the Bearded Thumb. Have a good one.